Okay, I've got a question here from Noah Barnett. He says, I aspire to daily kilt wearing, but jeans and a t-shirt are undeniably easier to just throw on in the morning. I would love to hear any tips or tricks you have for kilting up quickly. I need to train my brain to see kilts as an easy option, too.
So, shock collar for when you go to bed.
There you go.
Indeed.
Little shock therapy.
So, the answer that, well, actually, let me, I think you and I are going to have the same answer, so I'll let you go first.
Yeah.
And I'll try to add some nuance.
My answer to this is I set it out the night before. And I don't think I'm the type of person to generally set out my outfits the night before. Like if I am going to wear, pants with an outfit. But if there's a lot of decisions you make in the morning. Am I, gonna wash my hair today or not? I know this is something that concerns you quite a bit.
Oh, I lose sleep.
Yeah. Am I trimming my beard? Am I shaving today? Do I have time for this? As part of my morning routine. What am I gonna have for breakfast? Am I gonna make coffee or am I gonna go, pick up coffee at Wawa or Sheetz, if you will? And kilts. There's more going on with a kilt than there is with most pantsed outfits. That was a weird way to put that.
Very weird.
So not only are you wearing a kilt, I think people are just thinking more about fashion-y type questions with a kilt than they are with their pants. So once you've, I think it might be different too for people who only have one kilt versus people who have a collection.
Yeah.
I've got 20 plus kilts. So I'm like, which kilt do I want to wear today? If I've got to decide that, is the shirt that I want to wear with it clean? If not, what other options do I have? Or do I change the kilt? Okay, I got the shirt, I got the kilt. What hose go with it? Oh, shoot, the hose aren't clean. So now let's go back to the start. You know what I mean?
You want to wear brown leathers or black leathers? And
This whole decision paralysis thing can happen before you've even had your coffee, and it's a nightmare. So putting out the outfit the night before, clears all those decisions off your plate in the morning and makes it easier to go. That's to say you can't change your mind in the morning if you are feeling some kind of way. There's times when I've set out my great kilt the night before planning on doing that, and then I woke up and I'm like, I'm feeling a little groggy, a little sore. That's not happening, and I quickly grab something else. But I'm only going to do that if I know what I want to do, because I just woke up and I'm feeling a rugby shirt and a casual kilt today.
Yeah, kilts are much more involved than blue jeans and a black shirt. So it is a lot more questions to answer that early in the day. I 100% agree with you on that. So yeah, I would lay it out even for the great kilt. If you have room. Great kilt is probably the most daunting of the kilts to get dressed in the morning. So not only lay it out that you're going to wear it, but I would actually pleat it up, throw the belt underneath it, or slide the belt underneath it, and get it ready so that in the morning, as long as your knees and arthritis don't act up and you're okay crawling around on the floor, and you have room to spread it out, then I would do that for the great kilt the night before. But yeah, there's a lot of nuance in kilts, and guys wearing kilts tend to want to look good. You feel like, I need to represent this well. I need to look good. I need to make sure that these things match. Or I want to look good today because I'm wearing the kilt. You're going to stand a little taller. You're going to, back's going to, straighten up. Chest is going to puff out a little bit. So you want to make sure you're representing your heritage and the kilt well versus throwing on a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt. You don't really care what you look like because people are going to be looking at you.
Yeah.
So from that angle, I would say, yes, it's make the decisions the night before, make sure it's all ready, minimize the amount of thinking you have to do at all times, but especially in the morning pre-coffee, and then just, boom, you go into autopilot. Okay, I've already done this. And you almost feel committed if you do it the night before. It's like if it's all laid out and you're like, I don't know. Then you're like, oh, then I wasted that time last night. So, all right, I'll put it on. So you kind of talk yourself into it a little bit. So yeah, I'd say just making sure you get all the decisions out of the way and put it on or put it out the night before is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Absolutely.
So do you do the same thing that we do and you put your stuff out the night before when you really don't want to make the decisions groggy pre-coffee in the morning? Or do you have something else that you do? How do you get over the daily blahs of not wanting to get dressed and putting in the effort to your outfit in the morning? Let me know in the comments.